Hey everybody, this is Jeremy with a new tech tip. And first of all, congratulations. We have completed our migration of mail. Thank you, Ray, for seeing that through. What that means is that here now in your Gmail box, if like me, you've got this inbox here with an arrow in front of it, underneath it here now are all my labels with all my messages for my Outlook box. For you, it's going to be very similar. That has been completed, and so we are very excited that that's done. If you're having a hard time finding a message or you're looking for content or think something was missed, most often, I'm 99% certain that where you can find that message or that folder of messages is right here. You go to the All Mail label. For some of you, it may actually be buried underneath the More label, way down at the bottom of your Gmail box. There's More, and you may find All Mail down here. But if I drug it from More and I dropped it all the way up here underneath my inbox level, and anyway, if you go to All Mail and then use this awesome search box up here, there is no way you will not find your message. You can search for a word, you can search for something about an attachment, even a word in an attachment, and that message will be found in your Gmail box. But I just recommend looking for things in All Mail if you're having a hard time finding something. Okay, second thing I want to talk about in this tech tip is Ray showed me a really cool lab that I enabled, and I turned it off. I'm going to turn it back on here in just a second to show you, that allows my inbox to have a setup that looks more like Outlook, meaning there's a preview pane, so you can kind of see a preview of the message, and people seem to really miss that. Some people seem to miss that from Outlook, so I'll show you how you can turn that preview pane back on. Props to Ray for that one. And if you've noticed, my chat is over here on the right. I love using Google Chat. All these green dots are showing me everybody who signed in, people I've chatted with, just got done chatting with Ray a second ago. Uh, and that chat was moved to the right side of the screen for me from the left side. If you look over to the left and you see your name with a little green dot in front of it, like mine is here, you can move it to the left using a lab or an advanced feature in Gmail. Let's go there now. I'm going to click on the gear icon from my Gmail box, and I'm going to click on Settings. Once I do that, I'm in the settings pane of Gmail. You've probably been in here before. The general tab is where you do things like set up your signature or turn on your out of office. Also, you can turn the conversation view on or off. Ask me if you want more information about what that is. It's how messages are threaded in Gmail. It's called the conversation view. But what we're looking for is this option right here, advanced. So inside settings, click on the advanced heading. The first one that I had you do in the training class was enable right side chat, and that moves the chat box to the right side of the inbox, and that's what I've done over here. But the one that I wanted to show you called preview pane, right here, let's enable preview pane. This lets you toggle on or off the ability to view your messages side by side. Once I click enable, I always have to click save changes because my inbox is going to refresh here, and when it reloads, you're going to see this is what it looks like to have the ability to toggle now up here in this little box. I can toggle the preview. What am I doing here? I'm clicking too many times. Just needed to click once and let my box now toggle into the preview mode. So what that means now, if I click on a message from Clay like this one here, I have my inbox labels on the left, my messages here in this column, and then to the right I've got this preview pane, which is kind of nice if you want to click on a message and be able to see the contents without having to open it all the way up. So again, that was a setting we went to inside here, an advanced setting where we enabled the preview pane. And you can turn it right back off by just clicking on that bar thing that I did there, and now the preview pane is off. Okay, cool. Let's pivot to something else we're getting questions about. How do you create a distribution group so that you can send messages out to a group of people without having to type their names each individual time? The way to do that is to go to your contacts in Google, and to get there, you click on the apps dashboard, the same place you click to get to Calendar or Drive, and in here is Contacts. I'm going to click on Contacts, and my browser opened up a new tab, and I'm in my contacts. You probably have a lot more than I do. I didn't have any contacts that synced from my Outlook account or from anywhere else, and so just got a couple contacts in here, but that's okay because I can find anybody in our school directory just by searching for their name, and that's part of how you do this process. So first you're going to create a label. They're not called groups or distribution groups or email groups, they're called labels. And so my label is going to be, I'm just going to call it Training Ninjas. Let me hit save. Oops, somebody's trying to chat me right now. Okay, once I have my label created right here, Training Ninjas, I need to add people to that label. If they're over here on the right, and I know that Clay is one of them, it's easy just to drag and drop them right into that label, which I just did. But if they're not in your contacts list, the next way to do it would just be to search for them. Like there's Megan Whitaker. And when it brings up Megan's record here in my contact list, there's 3 dots right here to the left of the X. If I click on those 3 dots, you can see I can label her now Training Ninja. And so that's all it takes to put her in there. And okay, so far I've got 2 people in my Training Ninjas label here. And if I want to see who they are, yep, Clay and Megan. One I drug and dropped in there, and the other I added by coming up here and searching for their name. There's Ray. Once I find them, 3 dots, click on the label. Puts a little check mark, so let's go add somebody else. Here's Chris Hartfield. Pull up his record, click on the 3 dots, click on the label, and you're done. So it's pretty easy to add people to your Gmail distribution groups like that. And then what does that mean? So what that means now is if I go back to my inbox, which I'll do right here, let me minimize this chat. And if I want to now send a message to that group I just created called Training Ninjas, I click the compose button, and all I have to do is start typing in the name of that group, and boom, it fills it up for me. And pardon me, no more typing in individual names. So that's kind of a longer one. Apologies for that. But that's a couple things built into one training tutorial, and there'll be more. Thanks very much for your time. I appreciate it.